Hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Hello.
How are
Good
you?
afternoon, teacher.
Hey, how are you today?
Fine. Good.
Fine,
Thank
great.
you.
Welcome again, Judith, Felix, Jasmine.
Thanks, teacher.
Thank you, teacher. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon again. All right. Good. Thank you for being here. Today is Tuesday. Welcome to English Access and welcome to this class. So we'll continue with a review of the unit 6, right? Remember, we haven't finished lesson D. We have a couple of exercises, but let's try to do it just one more time. Just remember, we are recording this class, so today is Tuesday. April 27, 2021. So today we are going to finish lesson D. Last exercises. And then we have the review before the exam. The review is the same you have in the book. You already have the exam, same as I told you yesterday. 50 questions, saying you have vocabulary, grammar, new words. Well, not new words, words that we have seen in the book. You have reading and listening. The usual. Well, this is going to be your second exam, but you have experience with exams here. All right, let's wrap it up. Let's finish. All right, first, how are you today? Question. How do you feel? Are you ready for the exam? Or not yet?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Nervous, teacher.
Well, I hope you're ready because you don't have a choice. You don't have an option. It's easy. It's easy. Just try to focus on the exam. Try not to get distracted. The exam is not today. Don't worry. Don't worry. Breathe, inhale, exhale. The exam is tomorrow. We're going to try to finish this lesson and the exercises. All right, let me all right, let's wait for more. I have Guadalupe, Felix, Judith, and Jasmine.
Yes, teacher. Here.
Yes, I am seeing you. You're there. All right, Jessica is telling me that she's having problems with her computer. Okay, just give me 1 second. Yeah, she's there. Hello, Jessica. Can you hear me? Jessica,
Hello, teacher.
are you there? Jessica?
Hello, teacher. ¿Me escucha?
Yes, hello, hello.
Okay. Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon, Jessica.
Estoy desde mi celular, mi computadora sigue trabada.
Yeah, yes, I just received your message, so no worries. We'll try to finish this lesson. Remember yesterday we have these exercises and we read about this block, the multitasking, why is good, why is not good, your opinions, the opinions of the writer, etc. And then we have a speaking practice with some questions. So today we're going to finish this exercise. Listening and writing. When should I do that? I hope you understand this sentence. It's a question, right? When should I do that? It's like asking for an advice. When should I do that? Should advice or opinion? Letter A. What do you do when you have a lot to do? What do you do when you have a lot to do? That's the first one. How do you balance work, friends, and family time? Okay, those are the questions. Two questions. Listen to four people talk about their time management problems. Which problems did they have? You have to write the number here according to what you hear, stories. You have from A to F. Pay attention to each story. You have to follow up, and there are some keywords in each story. So please pay attention and remember, you have to number like here is 1, here is 2, here is 3, etc. All right, ready? Here you go.
61. Lesson D. Less is more. 2. Listening and writing. When should I do that? B and C. Listen to four people talk about their time management problems. 1. I was having a really bad time about a year ago. I just never seemed to have any time. I felt stressed and busy, and I just kept missing deadlines. A friend suggested that I try keeping a diary of everything I did, and I realized that I wasn't using my time effectively at all. These days, I'm more organized. I plan my week in advance, and I get more done, and I'm far less stressed. 2.
A few years ago, when I was in college, I had a lot of projects and assignments due at the same time. I got really stressed and started having panic attacks. My doctor suggested that when I felt stressed out, I take a walk. Well, it sounded like a weird thing to do, you know, when you're really busy, but it actually worked. Now, whenever I start to feel like I have too much to do, I shut my laptop and go for a walk. It really helps me to focus on what I need to do.
3. A coworker gave me a great tip a few months ago. Write a list of things you have to do for the day. It's incredibly simple, but it works. I used to have terrible problems prioritizing jobs, so I was always in a panic trying to get important jobs done because I had done the less important work first. Now, the first thing I do every day is list what I have to do, with the most important jobs at the top. That way, I don't spend time on the small stuff before I've done the big stuff. And I love crossing things off my list, too. 4.
My biggest problem was that I put off starting jobs that would be difficult. Then, of course, as the time passed and the work wasn't done, I got more and more stressed. I talked to a friend about it, and his advice was to break big jobs down into smaller, more manageable tasks. Then focus on a smaller task. That way, jobs wouldn't seem so huge. It really helped me to stop feeling overwhelmed.
All right, one more time, please pay attention.
Page 61, Lesson D. Less is more. 2. Listening and writing. When should I do that? B and C. Listen to 4 people talk about their time management problems. 1. I was having a really bad time about a year ago. I just never seemed to have any time. I felt stressed and busy, and I just kept missing deadlines. A friend suggested that I try keeping a diary of everything I did, and I realized that I wasn't using my time effectively at all. These days, I'm more organized. I plan my week in advance, and I get more done, and I'm far less stressed. 2.
A few years ago, when I was in college, I had a lot of projects and assignments due at the same time. I got really stressed and started having panic attacks. My doctor suggested that when I felt stressed out, I take a walk. Well, it sounded like a weird thing to do, you know, when you're really busy, but it actually worked. Now, whenever I start to feel like I have too much to do, I shut my laptop and go for a walk. It really helps me to focus on what I need to do.
3. A coworker gave me a great tip a few months ago. Write a list of things you have to do for the day. It's incredibly simple, but it works. I used to have terrible problems prioritizing jobs, so I was always in a panic trying to get important jobs done because I had done the less important work first. Now, the first thing I do every day is list what I have to do, with the most important jobs at the top. That way, I don't spend time on the small stuff before I've done the big stuff. And I love crossing things off my list, too. 4.
My biggest problem was that I put off starting jobs that would be difficult. Then, of course, as the time passed and the work wasn't done, I got more and more stressed. I talked to a friend about it, and his advice was to break big jobs down into smaller, more manageable tasks. Then focus on a smaller task. That way, jobs wouldn't seem so huge. It really helped me to stop feeling overwhelmed.
All right, so you hear 4 stories, 4 people, and you have 6, right? So it means 2 of them, you don't need to use them. Was that all right, the audio? Do you want to listen again one more time? Or do you have the answers? Do you? Let's see. Let's see, number 1, letter A. I left things until the last minute. Do you have a number for that? Well, in this case, let me ask you the opposite. What's number 1? Number 1 story. What letter should be? Try to guess.
Letter C. I don't remember.
Number 1, what letter do you think? Felix says it's number
Letter
2.
C.
That's what you think?
Letter D, teacher.
Letter D. Jasmine, what do you have? C. Jessica. Jessica, what letter do you have? You said?
I didn't understand number first,
Number first,
but
number one. Number one.
number one, but number two, I think is
Well, right
letter
now,
C.
yeah, we are with number one right now. Wait for the number two and see the answers
I
from
didn't
everybody.
understand number one.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Lucia, what number do you have? What letter do you have for number one?
Letter D, teacher. I said letter D.
Letter D. Gibran,
Letter D.
Maru.
I don't have the answer, teacher. Sorry.
All right, Guadalupe.
D, teacher.
D. If you have it, it's okay. If you don't have it, it's okay too. Who did?
Letter D, teacher.
Letter D. Felix, you said letter C. Diane?
Letter D.
Well, yeah, the winner is letter D. Yeah, that's letter D. What letter do you have for number two? Number two.
Letter C.
Letter C. Okay, who said letter C? Lucia?
Yes, teacher. Letter
You,
C.
you said letter C. Who think is letter C?
Me, teacher. I think letter C.
Letter C. Yes, to be faster, letter C. That's letter C, correct. C, and we say the number, sorry, C is number one. Number one. Hold on, I mix it. Number one is letter D. Number two is letter C. Okay, number three.
I did think letter F.
Letter B.
Letter B, teacher.
Okay, someone said letter F, letter B. We have different letter B,
Letter B.
letter B.
Letter B.
Yes, it's letter B. I couldn't say set priorities.
Yes.
You also pay attention to the words that you may not know, you don't know, or you may know, but pay attention to the pronunciation, priorities. And last one, number four is letter,
Letter F.
F.
yes, F.
Letter F.
Okay, in letter F, she mentioned two words very similar to the verb. She said, well, the verb is put off. It's a phrasal verb. Of putting off in ing. Do you know this phrasal verb? Have you seen it before? Well, it means postponed, right? Putting off. So she delayed difficult jobs. And she says something else, another verb. I am overwhelmed. or it's overwhelming? Overwhelmed is a verb when you have a lot of things to do and you say, oh my God, I am overwhelmed because you have to do this, that, everything. You don't have times and you think you're going to explode. You are overwhelmed. Too many things to do at the same time. That's when it happens when you are multitasking, right? So you feel pressure, you are stressed, so you're overwhelmed. Try to learn this verb. It's a regular verb. Okay? It's for your vocabulary. Good job, thank you. All right, let's continue. It's very important you also take notes in your notebook for extra vocabulary or the exercises. All right, this task, this assignment is a little bit difficult, but you need to listen and write. You need to listen each one, and you need to write the advice each speaker received. Let's see, I guess you can do, I'm sure you can do it. Just pay attention. Write the advice, listen, and then the advice, el consejo, what they have. One more time.
Page 61, Lesson D. Less is more. 2. Listening and writing. When should I do that? B and C. Listen to 4 people talk about their time management problems. 1. I was having a really bad time about a year ago. I just never seemed to have any time. I felt stressed and busy, and I just kept missing deadlines. A friend suggested that I try keeping a diary of everything I did, and I realized that I wasn't using my time effectively at all. These days, I'm more organized. I plan my week in advance, and I get more done, and I'm far less stressed. 2.
A few years ago, when I was in college, I had a lot of projects and assignments due at the same time. I got really stressed and started having panic attacks. My doctor suggested that when I felt stressed out, I take a walk. Well, it sounded like a weird thing to do, you know, when you're really busy, but it actually worked. Now, whenever I start to feel like I have too much to do, I shut my laptop and go for a walk. It really helps me to focus on what I need to do.
3. A coworker gave me a great tip a few months ago. Write a list of things you have to do for the day. It's incredibly simple, but it works. I used to have terrible problems prioritizing jobs, so I was always in a panic trying to get important jobs done because I had done the less important work first. Now, the first thing I do every day is list what I have to do, with the most important jobs at the top. That way, I don't spend time on the small stuff before I've done the big stuff. And I love crossing things off my list, too. 4.
My biggest problem was that I put off starting jobs that would be difficult. Then, of course, as the time passed and the work wasn't done, I got more and more stressed. I talked to a friend about it, and his advice was to break big jobs down into smaller, more manageable tasks. Then focus on a smaller task. That way, jobs wouldn't seem so huge. It really helped me to stop feeling overwhelmed.
Okay. So number 1, when he couldn't meet deadline, he decided to do something, right? What was it? What do you hear? Number one. Anybody? Yes, anybody? One more time.
Page 61. Lesson D. Less is more. 2. Listening and writing. When should I do that? B and C. Listen to 4 people talk about their time management problems. 1. I was having a really bad time about a year ago. I just never seemed to have any time. I felt stressed and busy, and I just kept missing deadlines. A friend suggested I try keeping a diary of everything I did, and I realized that I wasn't using my time effectively at all. These days, I'm more organized. I plan my week in advance.
Okay, well, what do you hear about? Do you know what that is? A diary? All right, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
All right, what do you think? Number one, what do you hear? I am giving you a clue, a diary. So his friends suggested him to have a diary, right? And to write all his activities. What else?
Get more done, and I'm far less stressed. 2.
A few years ago,
Okay,
when I was in college, I had a lot of.
A friend suggested that I try keeping a diary of everything I did, and I realized that I wasn't using my time effectively at all. These days, I'm more organized. I plan my week in advance, and I get more done, and I'm far less stressed.
All right, there you have the answer. What else did he say? Number one. How does he feel now? How does he feel now? After when he got the diary, he was writing his activities. So talking about his time, right? He was using a lot of time doing his activities. Yes?
Yes, teacher.
All right, are you understanding the audio or not? Because you're quiet. You don't say yes or no. Are you understanding the audio or not? Now just be honest, say yes or no, yes or no.
No, teacher, I understand.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying. Say yes or no, but don't just stay quiet. If you want me to play the audio again, I can play it again. So the most important is that you understand. All right, one more time.
Page 61. Lesson D. Less is more. 2. Listening and writing. When should I do that? B and C. Listen to 4 people talk about their time management problems. 1. I was having a really bad time about a year ago. I just never seemed to have any time. I felt stressed and busy, and I just kept missing deadlines. A friend suggested that I try keeping a diary of everything I did, and I realized that I wasn't using my time effectively at all. These days, I'm more organized. I plan my week in advance, and I get more done, and I'm far less stressed.
All right.
2.
Okay, who can explain what he said? in your words. Letter D, number 1.
Can I try it, teacher?
Yes, of course.
Okay, what I understood was that he was a bad time. He was stressed and a bit busy.
Yes.
But then he plans his weekend best. He realized that he can do many things, and in that day he planned his day well.
Yes, perfect. That's the message.
Mhm.
He started writing every day what he was doing, right? Like activities. Okay, this time I did this, did this. So what he was using a lot of time during the day in his activities. So he was not enjoying life. That's why he was too stressed, right? He was too busy all the time. So he realized what was the problem, the time. Good job. That's what I'm trying to do, that you use your own words about what you understand. Okay, let's go for the second one, please.
A few years ago, when I was in college, I had a lot of projects and assignments due at the same time. I got really stressed and started having panic attacks. My doctor suggested that when I felt stressed out, I take a walk. Well, it sounded like a weird thing to do, you know, when you're really busy, but it actually worked. Now, whenever I start to feel like I have too much to do, I shut my laptop and go for a walk. It really helps me to focus on what I need to do.
Yes, that's a number 2, because that's what I do. Whenever I am too busy or too stressed, so I need my time to read, close the computer and go outside. Breathe, to get some air and, to calm down. Okay, I need 5 minutes and that's it. So what do you think about number 2? About what the doctor's advice? What did he say? What was his advice? The doctor's advice.
To take a walk.
Take a walk.
Yes, go outside and take a walk, right? So that's when you are like overwhelmed, you are too stressed, breathe and go away. Take a walk is something good because it helps your lungs, your system to feel better. So that's a good advice. Let's continue with number 3.
3. A coworker gave me a great tip a few months ago. Write a list of things you have to do for the day. It's incredibly simple, but it works. I used to have terrible problems prioritizing jobs, so I was always in a panic trying to get important jobs done because I had done the less important work first. Now, the first thing I do every day is list what I have to do, with the most important jobs at the top. That way, I don't spend time on the small stuff before I've done the big stuff. And I love crossing things off my list, too.
Yes.
4.
All right, what do you think about number 3? That's very important. I don't know about, well, most of the people write a to-do list. Do you know what that is? Some people do it here in Mexico too. I mean, if you are organized, for example, tomorrow in the morning, I have to, like important stuff, right? I have an appointment at 9. Then 10:30,
Less is more.
right. to-do list, things you have to do during the day, so you don't forget. So in that way, you prioritize things. So what advice did he get from his friend, a co-worker? What was the advice? Anybody? Well, I am giving you the answer with this.
The most important jobs on the top, teacher.
Yes, write a list. He said, write a list. That was the most important. Well, some people do that, and sometimes you put it on the fridge, right? Like for, let's see, for tomorrow, I have to do this and this. I have to go shopping. Then when I finish, I have to do this, because you are organizing your time every day. All right, good job. Let's continue with the last one, please.
My biggest problem was that I put off starting jobs that would be difficult. Then, of course, as the time passed and the work wasn't done, I got more and more stressed. I talked to a friend about it, and his advice was to break big jobs down into smaller, more manageable tasks. Then focus on a smaller task. That way, jobs wouldn't seem so huge. It really helped me to stop feeling overwhelmed.
Okay, please one more time about this one.
My list too.
Done, I got more and more.
4.
My biggest problem was that I put off starting jobs that would be difficult. Then, of course, as the time passed and the work wasn't done, I got more and more stressed. I talked to a friend about it, and his advice was to break big jobs down into smaller, more manageable tasks. Then focus on a smaller task. That way, jobs wouldn't seem so huge. It really helped me to stop feeling overwhelmed.
All right. Okay, anybody? What did she, what was his friend's advice? Because she delayed difficult jobs, or she put off difficult jobs. That's what I am doing now. I am moving next week from this apartment to a new apartment. You know, moving to another place is stressful. And I said, well, I cannot do the packing one day, right? So what I am doing, what I have been doing every day is to pack a box, next day to pack another box, yeah, like, and then, you know, the last day is gonna be easier. So that's what she did, right? She broke jobs into smaller ones. Like, I have a big job for Sunday because it's a moving, but I have time to break that job into smaller ones. Yes? Correct?
Yes,
So
teacher.
that was
Yes.
his her friend's advice. Break something like a job. When we mention job, it's not like a job where you work. Job is a task a task, a chore, a chore. It's not really a job, something, an assignment. Yes, the spell is right, assignment. Remember, job is about many things, like a task, un quehacer, o algo que tienes que hacer, una obligación, algo que tienes que hacer, something that you have to do. Job, in that case, job is a general term. All right, so please try to be more careful, try to work more in the audios. I will send this audio to you because I see that it's difficult for you to listen. The listening comprehension skill. Try to listen and try to understand. And pay attention to those details, those words that maybe you don't know. But the most important is you understand the context. You don't have to understand every word. Like write a list. That's the only thing. Try to understand the meaning. Like number one, a diary, to write a diary, right? Number four, break jobs into smaller jobs. You don't have to say the whole thing. Remember, not all the listening exercises are the same. Some of them are longer, but try to keep in mind that when you have listening comprehension, sometimes you hear two people in a conversation. Sometimes they have longer conversation. Sometimes you hear a lecture from a professor or a teacher talking about a specific topic, so you need to understand that. So listening is one of the 4 skills, so you need to develop that. But you please don't keep quiet. If you need to listen again, okay, one more time, teacher. One more time, I didn't understand it. Or raise your hand or say something. Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
All right.
Yes, teacher.
If you are quiet, I think you didn't hear me or you're not paying attention or whatever. Remember, we are in a computer. You are in the other side, and I cannot see you. We are not in a classroom. Right? In a classroom, like a regular classroom, you can see the students, right? So that's the only reason. All right, the other exercise is about writing, but we are going to check. Let me see, it's 5:15. Just a couple of things. Letter D, read the help note. This is the help note. Then read the questions and answers and circle any sentences that link ideas with as long as, provided that, or unless, as long as, provided that, or unless that. Please try to repeat every time I say a new word for you. Try to repeat it. I mean, you can keep your microphone closed, but you have to repeat it. So it's gonna be easier for you. As long as, provided that, unless. One more time. As long as, provided that, unless. Linking ideas with as long as, provided that, and unless. As long as and provided that mean if or only if. Sí o solo sí. That's the meaning in Spanish. Unless means except if. I go to the movies unless I have money. Or I won't go to the movie unless I don't have money. All right, let's read here. Kibran, can you read here the beginning of the writing here? Can you start reading, please?
And trying to be more organized, so I decided to record my lecture, but I never have time to watch them. Any ideas?
Yeah, I'm trying to be more organized.
Organized.
I'm trying to be more organized, so I decided to record my lectures, but I never have time to watch them.
Teacher,
Any
excuse me.
ideas? Okay, Lupita, can you read next part?
Me?
Yes, we will check vocabulary at the end.
Okay. Unless you find time to watch the recordings, there is really no point in having them. So make time to review them. What is the pronunciation?
Continue.
That they are more worth watching again, of course.
Unless, I mentioned unless before, and I told you to practice.
Unless. Teacher, the pronunciation, I organize.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it again. Unless you find time to watch the recordings, there is really no point in having them. So make time to review them, provided that they are worth watching again. You see here the expression, provided that they are worth watching. Que vale la pena verlos otra vez, of course. I read here, Lupita. That's why I read after you, so you can listen to me. I am trying to be more organized.
Organized.
Yes, that's the point. I read after you.
I'm trying to be more organized.
I just mentioned organize.
Organized. Oh, sorry. Organized. I'm trying to be more organized.
Yes, one of the techniques or what you have to do when I read something, try to practice.
Yes, teacher.
Especially some of those words that you don't know how to pronounce, like this one, organized, decided, lectures, etc. Unless, so you don't have problems, but you need to practice.
Provided, the pronunciation is provided.
Provided. Okay, let's see, Gloria. Can you read the last part, please?
Yes, teacher. Most people was time when they are traveling to and from work at school. So use that time to watch your class on your laptop, as long as you're not driving, of course.
Okay. Most people waste time.
Most people waste.
Waste. This is a verb, waste. When you lose time, waste time.
Waste time.
Most people waste time when they are traveling to and from work or school. From work or school.
Or school.
Used, no use it, used that time to watch your classes on your laptop, as long as you are not driving, of course. Here you see the meaning as long as you are not driving, of course.
Okay.
You have the meaning of as long as, and provided that it is as long as you're not driving, of course. All right, any questions about new words or vocabulary again from this reading? From here, from this note. In this one, we are trying to learn how to link ideas with as long as, and provided that, and this is the meaning, if in Spanish is sí or solo sí, the same meaning. Like here, as long as you are not driving. Al menos que no estuvieras manejando, por supuesto, o si no estuvieras manejando, right? That should be the meaning in Spanish. Unless means except, if, or if not. Unless you find time to watch, etc., etc., etc. Yes, questions?
No, teacher.
No questions? Okie dokie.
No, teacher.
All right, then you have a few exercises, vocabulary notebook. Do your best. Did you do it at home? This is for your practice. So you need to practice this before the test, before the exam. You have collocations like make sure, make sense, make difference, make a decision, make a mistake, make money, etc. All right, let's see. Yes, we still have plenty of time. Okay, you have sentences exercise 1, 2, and 3, right? You have here the expression or the verb, and you have to put them on the spaces here. Same with number 2. You have make and do. Same here. Read the instructions. You see, you have here a to-do list, what I just mentioned. All right, let's try to do it in teams. This exercise 1, 2, and 3. Help each other, please. We have 10 people today. Okay, yes. Okay, let's go to your rooms, to breakout rooms, and let's see. Less than 5 minutes, 5 minutes.
We are going to do the 3 activities?
The activities, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Encuentro los exámenes muy estresantes, pero siempre hago lo mejor que puedo.
All right, we are back. Please pay attention. We are going to do it together. Number one, I'm going to try to, on my new boss, I want her to have a good opinion of me.
To complete.
Okay, who wants to do number one?
I'm going to try to make a good impression on my new boss. I want her to have a good opinion of me.
Yes, make a good impression. Number two, Felix.
Yes, I like to do something useful in life. I want to make a difference in people's life.
Yes, correct. Make a difference. Number three, who wants to do it?
I can make up my mind. I want to buy a new cell phone. I can decide if need one.
All right, Hebron, just read it one more time.
I can make up my mind if I want to buy a new cell phone. I can decide if I need one.
Yes, I can make up my mind. Make up my mind.
Make up my mind.
Yes, sounds like together. Make
Make
up
up
my
my
mind.
mind.
Yes. If I want to buy a new cell phone, I can decide if I need one. Decide. Good job. Make up my mind. That's the same meaning like decide. Or you can say make up your mind. Make up your mind, decídete, make up your mind. Number four, who wants to do it?
Me, teacher.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, I find exams very stressful, but I always do my best. I try very hard to do well.
Do my best, yes. Good. Number two, exercise number two. Hold on. Do some thinking, do volunteer work, make an effort, do something fun, make a decision, make fun of someone. Who wants to give me a sentence?
I make an effort every day.
You make? Say it again.
I
please.
make an effort every day.
Yes, continue with the sentence.
Me, teacher.
Hold on, Maru. I make an effort every day.
I make an effort every day in my job, in my life.
Yes, the complement. Okay, Felix?
make a decision. I
Yes.
think you need make a decision because is because you need make a decision.
Well, that's not a complete sentence. You need to make a decisions because you
I
need to make a
think you need
decision.
to make a decision.
Right. You would say, make a decision about buying those shoes or we come back tomorrow. I make a decision about moving to a different apartment. Okay, good.
Okay.
Yes, you have to say a complete sentence. A sentence that has a context or makes sense. Anybody
Okay.
else? Anybody else?
Me, teacher.
Please go ahead.
For example, you have free your weekends to do volunteer.
Say it again, Jasmine.
Okay, you have free your weekends to do volunteer work at the school.
You have free your weekends.
Yes.
Yes? All right. Well, I don't understand the meaning.
Volunteer work.
Uh-huh. All right, good. You have free weekends to do volunteer job.
Yes.
All right. Anybody else?
Me, teacher.
Go ahead, Lucia.
You should do something fun with your family.
Yes, do something fun. Remember, do something fun is very different than make fun of someone. Make fun of someone es burlarse, right?
Teacher?
Make fun of es burlarse.
Teacher?
Do
For
something
example,
fun. Hold on, Lupita.
yes. For example, the sentences, you can make fun of someone. What is the pronunciation? O sea, tú no deberías burlarte de alguien. You can
Yeah.
make fun of.
Yeah,
What
well,
is
you
the
cannot. You shouldn't make fun of anybody. This is
Okay.
fun, no es fun. Fun.
Fun. Fun
Yeah. Of anybody. No deberías burlarte de nadie, right?
Okay. Yes.
So remember, to do something fun is what Lucia is saying. Do something fun with your family. You know, like play games or watch TV, maybe. Anything. Anybody else? Volunteers? No more? Okay, let's do number 3. Word builder. Which expressions below can you complete with make? I have number 1. What do you have on number 1?
Make changes.
Make changes. Changes. Number 2. Number 2. Remember, you have to find the appropriate verbs to complete the other expressions. But most of them are with make. Number 2.
Do a mix.
Say it again.
Do a mix.
Make a mess. Make a mess. not do a mess. Make is more common in many things than do, remember. Make changes, make a mess. A dream.
Make a dream.
Well, how do you make a dream? Judith, how do you make a dream?
For example,
you can use a different verb in this one.
For example, make a dreams come true or something like this. Could be.
Could be make a dream come true. That's what would you make true. Or you can use like this one. Or you can use have a dream. Right? Have a dream.
Okay.
Or make a dream come true. But you need to use come true. Make a dream come true. Number 4. Number 4. Who wants to do it?
Make progress.
Yes, make progress. Number 5.
Make a suggestion.
Make a suggestion. Number 6.
Make a plan.
Make plans. Number 7.
Make a work.
No.
Do.
No.
Go.
Do a walk.
Take a walk.
Take a walk.
Take.
Take a walk.
Take.
No es walk. No, there's no L. Walk. Sounds like this. Walk. Walk. The same when you use talk. There's no talk. It sounds like this, like talk. Talk. Talk to me. Number 8.
Make a favor.
Do a favor.
Do a favor. Yes. Can you do me a favor? I need to make some plans for tonight, so I need someone to make some changes in the invitations. If you can make a suggestion, we would be okay. So you can use all of them, but you need the thing is you need to know when to use make or do. That's the point. But sometimes you don't need make or do, like in this one. Take a walk. So please, let's see, we'll continue. Remember, this is just a review of all of them. All what we saw in unit 4 from 4 to 6. Complete these opinions with a verb or two plus verb. Compare with a partner. I don't know if you remember this topic. It's from lesson unit 4. Verbs that use objects or they use to after the verb, like this one. Parents should let teenagers watch violent shows on TV. Number 2, parents ought to make their kids You need a verb here.
To read books every night.
Right.
Remember, you have a verb. You have a verb. If you remember the beginning of that unit, we saw some verbs. After the verb, we have an object, right? Let's go with the example. Some of them you need verb, object, and the preposition to. Parents ought to make their kids
Read books every night.
books. Number 3, teachers ask students to do too much homework. Number 4, parents shouldn't help their children shouldn't, so you need to review those because they are on the test, these verbs. I gave those verbs to you at the beginning of unit 4. Like want to, let, make, ask. Parents should help their children
Do.
To do their homework.
Is do the homework or to do the homework?
To do their homework.
Do the homework. There you go.
Parents shouldn't let their children
Eat too much junk food.
Yes, eat.
To eat.
All right, is eat or to eat?
Eat.
Eat. Number 6, parents should get their kids
Eat more vegetables.
but you have get. This one was let. Parents should get their kids
To do.
No, the verb is okay.
Eat.
To eat. In this topic, remember is using the to, the preposition, to eat in this case, or eat, depending on the type of verb. Number 7, we shouldn't let young people
Drive.
To drive cars.
You see, you have let here.
Drive.
Right.
Drive.
Right. Drive. We ought to make all teenagers
To make some volunteer work.
You have, remember, number 2, you have make. Do you use to or not?
Okay.
We ought to make all teenagers Okay, what do you think? Number 8.
B.
Some volunteer work, you have it there. You use make or do?
Make some volunteer work.
Make or do?
Do.
Do, teacher.
Some volunteer work. Do.
Do, you, yes. Do, it's not make, it's do. Please check these topics on your notebook or on the workbook or your student's book. All this is on the test, on the exam. So you have more exercises here. You have a lot of used to be. Remember, used is past tense. When you use did and you are making a question, like in anything, right? In a simple sentence, if you use I give you this because this one is on the test. If you use did, remember, and use, you don't have to use to put. I better to put the. Why? Because you're using did already. Remember, did is an auxiliary verb. Just to remind you that. Did is always, I mean, used to be, when we're talking about something that is past, something that happened, especially when we are talking about memories when we were kids or anything. So used to is on the test. Remember that. So we have make, do, verbs with objects, preposition, verbs with objects and no prepositions. We have used to, we have the future. Remember the future, we saw the future with will, be going to, simple present, present continuous. When will we use each one? We have also vocabulary about food, remember? Methods of cooking, right? Like barbecue, boil, broil, steam, all those, we saw all those in the last units. So please take a look on your book and check them. So you have to be, well, I hope you're ready. Just give them a review. This is like the whole general idea about the test. And I check the reading and the listening is simple, it's easy. So we'll do it tomorrow, okay? Any questions?
Sorry, teacher, when is the exam, sorry?
The exam is tomorrow. One more thing, homework, last day to deliver your homeworks, it's Friday. Okay? So you need 4, 5, and 6. You have 12 homeworks. Right? 4 for each lesson. So if you have it already, that's okay. If you don't have it, you will, I told you at the beginning, you are going to be stressed doing homework, all the homework together. We were talking about time, right? So you need to organize your time. Okay, I'll do this today, the next tomorrow. Okay, you just need like 10 minutes to do it. But if you then you should take like one day to make the 3 units. It will take 3 hours maybe, right? So you need to be organized with your time. So last day for homework is Friday. The same with the ones who miss classes. If you were in classes and you didn't let me know what you were missing, your points gonna be less. So if you're absent one day, it's okay, but you have to let me know, teacher, I'm gonna be late, or I won't be tomorrow, or I have to work, etc. That's part of the school's rule, not mine. Otherwise, I think you're good to go. You're ready for tomorrow. So any questions?
No, teacher, it's okay.
Oh, you're good? You're all set? Okie
Thank you,
dokie,
teacher.
guys. See you tomorrow then at the same time.
See you,
Thank you so
teacher.
much for
Bye.
your time.
You.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
See
you. Thank
Have a
you.
good evening. Bye
See you
bye.
Bye,
tomorrow.
teacher.
See you. Yes, thank you.